Good evening. Welcome to Sandy Ainley. I hope each one of you are well. This evening I've planned to talk on the subject of the, in open inverted commas, war, close inverted commas, to do with the Israel situation and the Jewish people and Hamas. I am a lady who is of the Jewish faith, and that does not, however, necessarily mean that I'm going to agree with each element of what is, or to be more precise, has taken place in life to do with each element of Jewish people, stroke Israeli people, and the behavior of the Jewish people and Israeli people. One can't agree with everything, in my opinion, to do with each culture in the world, simply as a result of the fact that, forgive me if I'm incorrect, please, in each country and in each race, or if you prefer, culture, there's consistency of people who want to do positive and people who perhaps choose not to be positive in one's attitude, I mean. And so the point I'm trying to make is that each to one's own, and each person is an individual, and attitude, like I said in my vlog before this one, is everything. And forgive me if I'm incorrect, please. There is good in each person. However, it's the attitude that one has that defines whether that good is showing or not, so to speak. And I do believe that in each culture, and forgive me again if I'm incorrect, please, there's people who are good and people who are perhaps not in the attitude of a good person, so choosing not to be good, so to speak. As one or more of you may have heard me say, I believe in a very powerful manner that respect breeds respect. And for example, in the situation that Hamas and Israel are in at present, what took place at the beginning of this war now taking place between Hamas and Israel, it initiated from the awful, abominable, unimaginable, although sadly one can imagine it as a result of the fact that it's taken place, the abominable and unforgivable manner in which Hamas has behaved towards the Jewish people. And provoking the Jewish and Israeli people to retaliate. Because, I mean, if somebody says to me, for example, that I'm not a nice human being, then I have the right to say, well, I am a nice human being, if I believe I'm a nice human being, and to give a reason. For example, I'm polite to people. In the case of Hamas and Israel, Hamas killed Israeli people, Jewish people, and Jewish people are now retaliating, and quite right too. What does one expect the Jewish people to do? To say thank you? Absolutely not. So what I'm trying to say to you is, although it's of course very important to be open-minded, equally so, not so much so that one will put up with just anything and everything, so to speak. And now I think there's a bit of controversy around concerning whether Israel are overdoing it now by retaliating on and on and on, so to speak, as is being said, on and on and on. In my opinion, how long is a piece of string? I felt speechless for a moment, thinking, I mean, when I think on subject of a baby being beheaded, which is, forgive me if I'm incorrect, please, what Hamas has done to Israel, I mean, that is the height of depravity. And I find it painful just to consider this, just to think on the subject. And I just feel so deeply for the parents of the baby or babies this took place with. And being a Jewish lady myself, all I can say is please in life, I'm saying please to myself as well. Please, I can place it in this manner, say it in this manner. Please, Sandy, being who, if any of you don't know who I am, my name's Sandy. Please, Sandy, handle you as I wish you to handle me. And I mean business, and I shall repeat it again if necessary, if I feel it shall be necessary. And the reason I'm so powerful on this subject is that I believe that feedback is very important, and what I shall give out shall come back to me, so to speak, in one form or another. So if I show you love and respect, I was more likely to be shown love and respect. So the reason I'm saying this is if Hamas would have shown what Hamas was thinking and feeling right at the beginning of this war, this time against Israel, if Hamas had just taken action by being expressive in a constructive fashion, for example, had a conversation with one of the Israeli leader and saying, I wish to negotiate with you, I wish to compromise, I wish some form of compromise, I would say personally, then this war wouldn't have taken place. Equally so, if one's not educated to show respect, one's not going to show respect in that respect. So what I'm saying is that war is for a person who does not know how to have peace. And when I say that, I mean what I say, and I say what I mean. How can one expect a person who doesn't have that insight to show that respect if one hasn't been taught respect? So I don't know if there's going to be a solution to this matter. Israel seems to believe that killing, maybe, for example, the Palestinian culture, Israel believes that by killing so-called innocent Palestinians is acceptable, and then the opposition believe that it's acceptable to kill Israeli innocent people. And whilst each party is thinking in that manner, in that confrontational manner, in that respect, I do not see peace ever happening in that particular context. The answer is, how does one prevent war? The answer is that one party needs to back down and walk away from the situation. And as I say what I just said, I thought to myself, impossible. I mean, if Israel backs down, then what's going to take place with Israel and the Jewish people and the Israeli people in Israel? I know how it seems so very straightforward and noble to say, well, just for one party to back down. However, if Israel backs down, there shall be no Jewish Israeli people living in Israel, probably. So, although I said that, how can that be? How can that take place? How can one party back down? without destroying each member of that party's country, as in Israel. And by the way, vice versa. Although I don't mind saying that there's more than one element here. Number one, Israel has the right to defend Israel. Yes, Oreo, sweetie, come here, darling, please. Sorry, that's just my cat. Please excuse me. I know, sweetie. Come, sweetie, please, darling. Good boy. My cat Oreo, if you didn't know. Oreo! You want to come for a cuddle, baby? So, yes, I'm just trying to remember where I was. Yes, so there is no easy solution to this. Yes, darling. You're coming for a cuddle, baby. Oreo. How does one walk away from trouble? / war. Very good question, Sandy. Bingo. The answer is walk away. How does one walk away? Very good question, Sandy. Bingo. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say so much. How can one walk away if provocation takes place? Very good question, Sandy. Again, bingo. Answer. Don't react. Respond. Instead. I repeat, don't react. Respond. Well, if I knew the correct response, I don't mind saying I would be a higher flyer in the correctness mode than a lady who's done some singing and acting professionally. I would be a world leader, whatever that's supposed to mean. And I do not have the solution. Does somebody in this world have the solution? Am I biased? Yes, I am biased. I'm a Jewish lady. I'm an Israeli lady in the respect that I believe in my culture. However, or not my culture, sorry, my religion. Well, therefore, yes, the Israeli culture. And there is an element of me being biased. I am biased. However, I also believe in correctness as well. And my idea here, my concept here, is that the solution to this situation is something which I've not yet heard a so-called world leader. I haven't heard the solution from even what I would describe as a high flyer. So what I'm going to do, as I'm nearing to the completion of this vlog, is I'm going to ask you the question. If one is provoked, how does one give the correct response? Please take care of yourself, and please take care of one another. Lots of love. And shalom, which is Hebrew for hello, peace, and goodbye.